WeBuyCars is set up to fill up the dome. Yep, if you hadn't heard, WeBuyCars has announced that they will be buying the dome from the Sasol Pension Fund. The dome earlier in the week announced that they're closing after many years of operating. The dome opened in 1998, and I want to chat about that in this video. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Mpho Makhubele, van der Walt. You'll hear more in this video why. I'm a CA, and over here I like to discuss business, careers, and sometimes just life things. We're doing exactly that today as we chat about the acquisition of the dome, the building, the dome as we know it in North Riding by WeBuyCars. Bittersweet for many people as you know you bid farewell to the dome as you've known it. The dome actually opened in 1998. I was 5 years old when it opened. For me personally, the dome is two things: baby expos and Disney shows. That's all I've ever gone to do at the dome. But otherwise, a lot of people have been sharing their bittersweet moments and memories and how they're feeling about the announcement that WeBuyCars will take over the dome. Obviously, WeBuyCars has great plans for themselves and what they will do with the place, with the space, and their plan is to turn it into a showroom, and it'll make it the largest or one of the largest second-hand car dealership or showrooms. In the announcement, the executive director of WeBuyCars, van der Walt, hence my new surname, actually announced that initially, and this is something that I didn't know, but initially when the dome was opened in 1998, the initial plan was to turn it into to have it be a permanent showroom, and that didn't happen. So this transaction, they see it as full circle. Basically, they're fulfilling what was the initial plan for the dome. If you haven't picked up by my new surname, I'm available for adoption, and Uncle Fan and Uncle Dirk, I could become a niece or grandchild or whatever. We could work out the finer details subject to competition and commission approval. But I am here, I can be adopted, and I'm going to continue this video on the premise of you being my uncle. Anyways, many people sharing their feelings about the dome closing and how they met Jay-Z, or was it Migos, and everybody else, and how locally Cassper Nyovest was the first to ever fill it up for us. I spoke to Cassper. He actually did let me know that he was very heartbroken by the news, and by let me know I mean he did write on his Twitter feed that he was heartbroken and that him and his team were actually thinking of going back there once things had opened up. Obviously that's not going to happen anymore because unless you can perform to cars, but that's the situation, and it's sad day in South Africa. But enough about the sadness, because all in all, this is a good thing that's happening. The dome was struggling with events not happening during lockdown. Rent has to be paid. The owner has to maintain, there's expenses that needs to be incurred in maintaining and keeping that property. So it's a good thing that WeBuyCars, being a very much growing business, is able to take over the property and do something productive with it. So who is WeBuyCars? They buy cars. That's who they are. They're a second-hand car dealership, and how they work is if you want to have a car that you no longer need, you give them a call. They come buy your car, and then they keep that as their stock, and then they sell it to whoever's in the market for a second-hand car. It was started by brothers, my uncles, Fan and Dirk. This was in 2001. Fan is a teacher by qualification, and Dirk studied marketing. They have worked together since, and in the very beginning and for many years, they were actually involved in physically buying these cars themselves, and flying around the country to meet sellers to buy their cars, and they did this themselves for many years. They now have over 1,000 employees, which is great. Their plan for the dome is to turn it into one of the biggest second-hand showrooms in the whole world, not just in South Africa, not just in Africa, but in the whole world. So that's great, man. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen. The capacity that they've estimated is this will fill up 1,500 cars. Their largest showroom or dealership currently is in Midrand or Centurion, and that has 1,000 cars. So you can imagine this is 50% more in capacity, which is amazing. You can imagine the jobs, you can imagine all of the opportunities that come with that. Did mention that it was started by Uncle Dirk and Uncle Fon, hi, but also Transaction Capital bought into the business in September last year. They bought close to 50% of shares. I think it was 49.9, and the price for this was 1.84 billion, effectively valuing WeBuyCars as a business at 3.7, almost 2.7 billion. So that's it. And actually Transaction Capital is looking to increase their holding by 25%, effectively giving them the controlling stake. So almost 75% that Transaction Capital will own. If you don't know who Transaction Capital is, they also actually own SA Taxis. They listed in the JSE. So that's it for this week. Very, very short announcement of what happened in the news this week that I'm not mad about, for a change. But let me know in the comment section, what's the fondest memory that you have of the dome? Like I said, I've only got nappies that I bought at Baby Expo and Frozen shows that I've watched with my little sister. That's it for me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please do subscribe, please like, please let me know also in the comment section what you want to hear about, because that helps me give you what you want to hear. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.